All right, all right, all right. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. Somebody got me hip that John Boxing is back to his old antics, taking pictures of screenshots and making straw man arguments. People don't learn, man. They don't learn. I literally cooked this dude. I cooked this dude already for making up false narratives about how I support Sergey Kovalev. Like I literally cooked this dude over that already, but he don't learn. He don't learn. Something is wrong with people, man. People got like mental. A lot of these people on the internet got mental problems, man. They got mental problems. Their brain does not function normally. It's either that or they're really just really stupid. Gonna let the list populate. Let it populate. Shit, man, we gonna talk about a few things. A few videos coming up later on. Tyson Fury's up to his old antics. Hey, what's goody, George? What's goody, Dreamland? Tone, what's good? John, what's good? Mark, what's good? John, what's good? Hyman, what's good? What's good? I'm here to take heads and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Hey, what's goody, Gatsby? What's goody, Moore? Yeah, man, somebody told me John Boxing over here making videos and all of that. I'm gonna show y'all. We gonna talk about this. I'm gonna get his attention, so I cook him again. John Boxing is mad. He's mad. He mad. Ring IQ made a video about Javante Davis. He mad at me. Let me see. Where's the thumbnail? There it go. Right there. I'm a screen share it. Give me a second. Screen share. We've got to screen share and share the screen. Screening the fucking share. Let me see that go. This right here. Y'all see that? Right? No, not right here. I hate PBC dickheads angry rant video. Like, bro, the whole video I was laughing. Why don't you stop lying, bro? The whole video I was laughing. Like, what are you talking about? That dude is a dickhead, man. Like, yo, John Boxing, you a dickhead, bro. And if you ever come back on here, I'm going to just tell you straight out. You a dickhead, bro. You're not even good at what you're doing. Like, you trying to make false narratives, and you're not even good at it. You had the nerve to come on here before, and you literally got cooked on here. You got cooked so bad, you actually sent me money. Go ahead. Come back so I could cook you again, and you could send me more money, bro. These dudes are weird, man. These dudes are weird. They need to feel like they have this unseen enemy or like it's a certain way. Like, no, dog. All right, cut it out. Just cut it out. All right, what's goody, Box Watch? What's goody, Joe Lazizi? What's goody, UK Rob? Dude is weird, man. Like, a lot of these internet people are weird, man. To be honest, they do stuff that you be like, yo, what is wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you, bro? I hate PBC dickheads. They're angry. Bro, ain't nobody angry. You angry that we keep laughing at fighters that you like. That's who's angry. You're angry. You got these particular specific fighters that you like for your specific reasons, and you're mad that we be laughing at their ass. If you want to make a debate out of it, by all means, you're invited to. I'll cook you and embarrass you again. I'm hangry. Yeah, these dudes are weird, man. Like, these dudes are just weird. Like, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just because of that, I'm going to make more Javante Davis videos. Just because of that. Just because I know it bothers him. Because I don't really care about that kid's career. It's a boring career. How you the A side that don't make nobody no damn offers? Like, if you the A side, you supposed to be sending people offers, bro. You supposed to be sending Birch out, Valdez, Herring, Diaz, Garcia, Lopez. If you the A side, the Teofimo Lopez, that means you supposed to send him an offer. If you the A side, if you're the A side fighter, you the bigger marquee name and you're the bigger marquee attraction. You supposed to send Lopez an offer. You supposed to send Ryan Garcia an offer. You supposed to send Devin Haney an offer. Otherwise, you ain't no A side fighter. You can't cover that up with your dumbass narrative. You trying to do the Pharaoh, what is it, the young Pharaoh shit, and you're not even good at it. How long have you been pumping those agenda-driven videos that nobody watches? Shit, you watching me. If it wasn't for somebody telling me that the dude did that, I wouldn't have even known. I literally wouldn't have even known. That's true. You right, Rob. You right. Talk about the Tyson Fury situation, man. Hey, Box Watch, what do you make of this Fury situation, man?
You know what? I said, big up yourself anyway, and big up the chat. Good morning and such like. But you know what? I said from a while ago, this fight ain't happened in 2021.
That you didn't think that the fight would happen?
Not this year. And the thing is, I didn't even look at the fact that what you pointed out, and the fact that he hasn't fought in a year, and then it would be a year and a half by the time he fights AJ if it happens this year. It's not going to happen next. I don't think it's going to happen next.
I mean, that
just
was
for the inactivity situation.
That was always a thing for me because, and they almost had me fooled. You know, they really did. Me, Lennox, Beats, we talked about this a lot, that, you know, it's working against Fury that the last time he had a fight was in February of last year, bro. That means that it's already been a year. It's been 12 months. So by the time you fight AJ, well, it's going to be over a year of inactivity. And if you know Fury's career, you know he like his tune-up fights. He need his gimme fights. He got to have them, which is, you know, another reason why I say AJ has a better resume than he does, because you don't see all that shit. You don't see no Pianettas, no Safaris, no Tom Schwarzes. You don't see that on AJ resume. You know what I mean?
You know that Tyson Fury's never actually defended the belt, and you know all of that stuff.
Of course I know that, though. Of course. I'm like, yo, no. And I was arguing with somebody one time, and they was like, oh, well, he defended Millennial. I'm like, yo, come on, dog.
They didn't say that, man. No, man. No. They didn't say that. I refuse to believe that.
Yo, they said that. They was like, yo, he defended the lineal. I'm like, if you don't get all the way the hell out of here, man, get the hell out of here. He defended the lineal against Francesco Pianetta. He defended the lineal against.
Mad thing. You know something? I don't know. I don't know if he actually wants this fight. You know, I'm not 100% sure he actually wants it. I mean, all right, he says he doesn't fight for money.
Marinate, bro. I think that the most prudent thing that we can do with this news is let it develop and let it marinate, because it could be that they're trying to garner attention for the fight. I don't know. Or it could be that because Bob wants to fight. That's a given. Bob wants that fight because that's the only chance for him to recoup the money that he spent on Wilder versus Fury 2. That's the only way y'all going to get that money back, because y'all poured way more money into that fight than the fight was actually worth. The only chance you have to get some of that money back or to start making money off the career of Tyson Fury is the Joshua fight. You know they didn't make money off neither the Tom Schwartz fight or the Otto Verleen fight. What? How many tickets?
No.
He only sold like 5,000 tickets, bro. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. I didn't know that. That's crazy. But you know what? The thing is, I've fought this for a hot minute. It's not like just the other day I fought this, you know. I fought this before he fought Tyson Fury. I mean, before he fought Wilder. I was thinking, does he actually really want to fight AJ though?
I mean, he wants the money. Can we all agree that he wants the money?
Absolutely wants the money. That's definite. Because he tried to say that he's not a money fighter, right? He don't fight for money and all of this type of stuff. But so why didn't you fight in December, bro? Why didn't you fight the other day?
You know I was going to... I'm like, yo, dog, like, that's what's wrong with a lot of situations right now. That if he would have just fought, all right, you don't want to fight a Geek Caballel, don't fight a Geek, because a Geek is like, and me and Mark talked about this, that a Geek is actually...
That's not an easy fight.
That's not, yeah, like he's all right. Like that dude could box. Like he don't hit that hard, but he could box.
He's a level above the Schwarzes and them man there. And
But it's
I don't know.
Fury is a guy. Fury is another. Fury has a tendency to be like Broner in a sense that like, yo, you want cash money, you want a lot of bread for some shit that ain't even supposed to get you a lot of bread. If you have the tune-up fight at the end of December, it's not about the bread. It's about the AJ fight. That's the whole point. That you don't want to go into the AJ fight having not fought in a year, right? All right, you need to get back out there, bite the bullet, make the sacrifice, so that when the AJ fight comes, you're ready. Nah, you didn't want to fight. And I'm just glad that I recorded that soundbite for future reference. That look, he said it himself. It was because of the bread. So don't hit me with this Fury is a bigger name than Anthony. No, he's not a bigger name. Because when it came time to pay for the fight, nobody wanted to put the money up for this dude. So don't tell me he's a bigger name than Anthony Johnson. No, he ain't.
It's actually that simple. This is the thing about it. But you know, you got to let them work with their thought process of, oh, I'm the bigger name and because that keeps them fueled up. So if that can keep him fueled for the fight to actually happen, go for it, man. Albeit, but at the same time, I don't think this fight's gonna happen this year.
Let's take it over to John. John, do you think that the fight is gonna happen this year?
At the moment, I'm really on the fence.
John, your mic is really low, bro.
Is that any better?
You still sound a little far away.
Any better?
A little better.
Okay. I'm on the fence because with Tyson, it's very difficult to trust anything that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
So this could be a number of things. People are speculating he's playing mind games with AJ. People are speculating that he's creating a narrative in case he loses. Or face value, that's still an option. And he hasn't actually ruled him out of the fight. It's all if, buts and maybes, and no real concrete statement, really.
Yeah, but you know what the
said
other
he
thing
wants
is?
to fight in March or April or something. Unless he fights AJ, which will be in June. That's what he's actually said.
The thing with the story, right? And I talked to Lennox after I did my last upload, right? I didn't jump to conclusions in the last upload because this is Tyson Fury we talking about. That dude always saying some shit. Like, when is he not saying some shit? I'm looking at what Bob is saying. I'm looking at what Eddie is saying, which these are the people that make the fight. These are the people that make the fight, Bob and Eddie. And I'm looking at what they saying, and it's like, well, everything they saying communicates that the fight is going to happen. But Fury is the odd man out saying, nah, this and that. Nah, this and that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my time with it. I'm not going to jump to conclusions and nothing like that because this dude is schizo anyway. Like, bro, like, what the hell are you talking about? In one breath, you saying you going to walk away from the fight, but in the next breath, you talking about don't duck me like you ducked Wilder. And you still using that tired ass narrative. Like, bro, that the cat been out of the bag when it come to that. When Wilder himself said that they offered me more money to fight AJ than they offered me than was on the table for me to fight you, that already killed that narrative, bro. Anybody still hanging on to that narrative is a retard. Like, you have to be.
Beats actually tweeted on this before it happened. He put out a tweet saying that we've seen Tyson Fury unravel under pressure when he's been the favourite in fights, and I can't remember which fight it was, but it's a long time ago. It was one from before Klitschko, and he was unraveling in press conferences, thinking everything was against him. It was a conspiracy. He was worried that the whole fight was rigged against him. I don't think he handles being the favourite very well. I think Tyson likes to be the underdog. I think that's where he's comfortable.
I must say, and Tyson Fury has some I'm talking to a stupid Tyson
I gotta
Fury.
agree with that.
Tyson Fury has some stupid fans. I'm talking to Steven Tarr. He says, you're sowing doubts in AJ fans. Read all the comments on here. My attitude is to continue waiting. Bro, I'm not the one tweeting what Tyson Fury is tweeting, you idiot. You know, like, what's wrong with people, bro? Like, you mad at me that I'm talking about what Tyson Fury said. He the one saying it, bro. Be mad at him. Boxing fans are idiots. That needs to be understood.
Thanks, Julius.
Mark, do these guys fight this year? Do they fight?
In my personal opinion,
Yeah.
yes.
What do you think this is, man?
I think it's a little bit of mind games.
I want to go with mind games, right? But at the same time, it's like, who are these mind games for? Anthony Joshua is privy. Anthony Joshua is privy to the same information that you're privy to. So if these mind games are for anybody, they got to be the boxing fans that aren't.
Yeah, it's mind games for us. That's mind games for us.
Yeah, because I'm like, bro, AJ knows the same shit that you know, bro. He's privy to he hip to the same shit that you hip to. So I mean, what are you like putting up a front? Like, what's going on?
Oh, he's building in. Look, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. Everything he's doing is to build in the idea to his fans in case he loses to be able to sell the rematch because of that's essentially what it is. I think he's just trying to sell the rematch, not even the first one, the rematch.
I think it was Lennox that said, and I agree with this, that he doesn't like his chances, and he's been sowing the seeds of doubt for a while now with the inactivity stuff. And it's like, yo, you know what? Look, the truth is, if you was worried about inactivity, you could have had a gimme fight in January. The fight that you wanted to have in December, that didn't happen. Fine. You could have negotiated a gimme fight in January or a gimme fight at the beginning of this month to make sure that you don't go into the AJ fight off 12 months of inactivity, and that would have been it. But you got a price tag. You got this big ass price tag like you a superstar, and you not a superstar, bro. Like, you not a superstar.
What everybody ring? I have a scenario, right?
What's good?
Cool. I have a scenario, right? What I think, right? I think he doesn't want to take the fight now, but he doesn't want to turn down the money.
Wait, say it again, Spade. Say it again.
I think he doesn't want to turn down. I think he doesn't want to take the fight now, but at the same time, he doesn't want to turn down money.
I dig it.
The money's agreed, though, isn't it? So that's not even the situation. The 50-50 split is agreed.
But
the thing is, I don't think it's going to happen next.
You heard what he said. He said we're no closer to finalizing that fight now than we was a year ago. That's the opposite of that's. Forget what Eddie said. I ain't even going by what Eddie said.
But what if the fight was already finalized a year ago?
Exactly.
No, but think about it this way. Why the fuck would you like a year ago you wasn't trying to negotiate this fight. A year ago you just beat Wilder. And you supposed to have a third fight a year ago.
I think a year ago is an exaggeration on his part. I think what I believe is that he's talking about is no negotiation continuation since they've said 50-50 is the split. So all the other things are surrounding it may have to still be negotiated.
What hasn't Bob said that he sent back the second half of the contract to Eddie with the alterations he was making?
Listen, I just heard Bob say that they've ironed out like 95% of the problems, and there's just a little bit of that's literally what Bob said, not but a day or 2 days ago. You know what I mean? And I'm always going to look at what are the people that make the fight say, because Fury don't make the fight, bro. You ain't the one making the fight. You ain't the one drawing up the term sheets and the contracts and sending them out. You don't do that. Bob and them gonna do that. So if Bob and them is saying that, yeah, the fight it's almost done. That's my impression of it. Like, yeah, it's almost done. And what you may be feeling, my way of characterizing what I'm looking at is he has cold feet and he's looking for a way out. And I know that that's drastic. I know that that's dramatic, but it sounds that way. Like, why are you the odd man out? Why are you the only one saying this?
Julius, I agree with you, and here's why, right? Because that's the only logical conclusion that you can reach, right? Just think about it. What logical reason does he have not to take a fight other than inactivity? Exactly. So it has to be cold feet. There's no other logical reason that you can come, the conclusion that you come to.
I just don't buy that. I don't buy the idea that Fury's looking for an idea. a way out. You know what I mean? If he wants a way out, he'll just retire.
That's true. That's true. That if it were that deep, I mean, the only way I can reconcile what I'm looking at is this is obviously preemptive. There's something on his mind. There's something on his mind, and that's what this is a manifestation of. And from the very beginning, I've been saying that, like, yo, Fury's gonna fight AJ off a year of inactivity. It's either he's gonna lose, or I don't know what to say, because you had your tune-up fights with Wilder before both of those fights. You wouldn't have had a tune-up fight in this situation.
Do you know what
Mark,
I think about
do you think it's next, Mark?
Julius? I think it's going to come down to how much control Bob's actually got.
Well, you know that Bob is not the financier of all of this, John. Like, you know that behind the scenes, being honest, you know who's negotiating this fight.
You know,
how's Bob going to make any money back on Fury if he's going to just fight a soft touch again? Is Bob happy to keep bankrolling Tyson Fury when presumably the whole point of it was the payday he's going to get from the AJ fight, or there's no point?
The two AJ fights.
Exactly.
AJ fights.
Exactly. And like, what's the problem if Fury loses? He's got a rematch clause.
Well,
that's a Fury pride situation there. He's gonna have to have a tune-up before. Mark, do you think he's gonna fight AJ next? You say it's this year, but you think it's next?
Bob won't, I do, because I think Bob really, really, really wants him to fight AJ next, because I think Bob wants AJ Fury to be the two fights remaining on his contract with ESPN.
Yeah, outside of that, he has no value. Outside of those two fights, he has no value.
The last thing Bob wants is to do a tune-up, then have one fight with Joshua, and then all of a sudden Fury can piss off free agent.
Yeah,
mad.
And what if Tyson Fury wins the fight, and it's the next fight against AJ? He's got all the belts. Bob's then in a pole position to make him sign an extension.
Yeah, but Bob's not. The other thing about it is, right? Bob is not going to give this man no 15 million, no 10 million to go in there with no dead body. So if the angle is, well, I'm going to try to have a tune-up.
$1 million on that, Julius.
What happened?
Does Bob really even want to pay $1 million on him putting him in the dead
body? That's the point. That if Fury's angle is, well, let me see if I can get some M's off a tune-up fight, Bob is not going to pay for that, bro. And Frank can't afford it. Remember, Frank couldn't afford to get you the Caballero fight. So, I mean, you stuck up, you up the creek without a paddle. In other words, Frank can't bankroll a tune-up fight for you, not for the kind of money that you want. And Bob ain't gonna do it because but your whole value is the AJ fight. Outside of that, but you ain't gonna sell no tickets. We done seen that before the pandemic started. We done seen that. Like, you ain't gonna sell no tickets no big, bro.
The other thing, Julius, is they're a long way into these negotiations. If he was really serious, well, they've been talking about them for a long time, Mark. If he was serious about wanting a tune-up, he could have just been forthright about it at Christmas, after AJ fought Pulev. He's had plenty of time to say, I want to have a fight before I fight AJ. They've gone as far as getting the Usyk mandatory put to one side.
Exactly.
They've done all of this stuff.
And that's how you know, John.
Do something.
John, I think it's important that you brought that up because them dealing with the Usyk WBO situation is what lets you know that, yes, they have been negotiating this fight. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have bothered with Usyk and the WBO and Joe Joyce and none of that. They're not going to bother with that unless it's to get them out of the way, get Usyk out of the way for the Fury fight. So Fury is
from Eddie's point of view, if this all falls apart now, who's AJ going to fight? The Usyk fight's going to purse bids in a week or so. Whereas that could have been an in-house fight. He could have sold it as a pay-per-view, and it would have been an acceptable fight for AJ to take on next.
Listen, John, I don't think that fight's off the table. If for some reason the Fury fight doesn't happen, they'll just restructure it so AJ fights Usyk because Usyk is already the interim champion.
Happens, Julius. Purse bid's due. The purse bid for Joe Joyce and Usyk is due. What
If it's in
comes
June,
in
Yeah,
right?
but Joe,
and
No,
actually
he's
bids
not
for the
saying it's in
fight and
June.
wins
He's
the
saying
bid,
it's June.
and it's not a matchroom bid, what happens then?
I'll say this much. Look,
Are they
I'll
going to
say
have to
this much. Let's
compensate
let's
that promoter
hypothesize. Let's
for the
hypothesize.
first bid that they paid out?
Let's say everything with Fury falls apart, right? Let's say everything with Fury falls apart this week, hypothetically speaking. They could go right into the Usyk fight. Paco's not going to stand in the way. Paco is not going to be more worried about Usyk versus Joyce than Usyk versus Joshua. If things with Fury fall apart, Usyk is next. That's a given. So,
and Joe
that's
Joyce
why I'm
and
not.
Frank can't say
Julius,
nothing
I
either.
don't know. Did you hit? I don't know if I got cut off then. I was saying there's going to be a purse bid, allegedly, for Usyk and Joyce.
Mhm.
And what if a different promoter comes in and wins that purse bid?
Well, I mean, think about John. What are the odds of that, though? Think about that, John. What are the odds of that?
Well,
What are the odds that somebody's going to outbid Matchroom for that fight?
Do Matchroom even have Usyk anymore?
No,
But they will bid
he's
on the
out
fight.
of contract.
They'll definitely bid on it.
Eddie is spread thin. He's got a lot of things he's got to pay for at the moment. Joe Joyce and Usyk, someone else could outbid him for that. I don't think it'd be top rank, but it could be big. It could be a big Russian promoter who has money, who want to put the card on over there.
That's true. And I forgot that Mark is right. According to reports, Usyk's contract with Matchroom is up, so they don't have an obligation to bid on that fight.
I knew that. That's why I was saying it about the purse bid in the first place. It's like,
but BT still have a hefty budget at the moment as well.
Yeah, I mean, BT could bid for it. A Russian promoter could bid for it. It's a big fight for BT.
BT haven't put any fights on really, so they still got money to burn.
It's really how much they want to commit to boxing for me, Mark. They've got a lot of money invested in football at the moment, haven't they?
Well, you got to put it this way. Maybe they get the fight. Maybe they get the fight because Joe Joyce doesn't have the financial demands that Chisora had. Chisora was the A side in that fight. My understanding is he got a multi-million-dollar guarantee for the Usyk fight. He actually got more guaranteed than Usyk did.
Usyk got 2.4, Chisora got 4.2.
So you're talking about maybe a little over $6 million in the pot. I don't think that Joyce versus Usyk has that same price tag.
No,
it doesn't.
Not in the UK. It would require a Russian promoter to want it, and I don't know how much they would want it, but that's the way that they could. It could make it difficult for Joshua to fight Usyk, and it could have all been avoided because if they knew they were going to fight Usyk, they could have given him an extension and just made the fight.
Well, Usyk was being difficult. Usyk wanted. I mean, like we can't forget.
They thought the Fury fight wasn't going to happen.
No. It's not that. It's not that. It's that Usyk and his people and Kratsiuk and all of them, they wanted to get in the way of the Fury fight. So that had to be reconciled because they had a precedence to stand in the way of that fight. Like, I'm the mandatory, bro. You got to fight me. You know what I mean?
No, I understand what you're saying, Julius. But if Fury was so adamant that he wanted to have a tune-up fight and he wasn't going to fight AJ next, it would have been easy for Hearn to make this fight. And we wouldn't have had a problem with Usyk because Fury would have been otherwise occupied fighting somebody else.
That's true. That's
true. And I don't think Bob wants Fury to fight anybody else because he's spent too much money on him.
Of course not. You think Bob wants to fritter away 10 or 12 or $15 million on Fury versus some dead body? Like, no, dog. Like that's why a part of me feels like, you know what, don't jump to conclusions because if worse comes to worse, Bob is going to do what's right for business, and what's right for business is Joshua versus Fury. It don't make sense to have Fury under contract.
Yeah, but what Mark says has worried me about this fight. Mark says if Fury wants out of it, he'll retire.
That's the thing. That's literally the thing, by the way. That's all I'm saying. It's either happening or Fury's retiring. It's one or the other.
Well, let's put
it like that. You think, Mark? For real? Like you don't think he will fight anyone else? Like he won't continue his career if this fight.
I don't think Bob will let him fight anybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Who's Bob?
Yeah.
Why is Bob going to pay him?
Bob won't sign off on it.
Why is Bob going to pay for that? And Tyson will retire with the intention of coming back.
And he's exclusive to Bob.
Tyson can retire with his unbeaten record intact and come back in a year's time or whatever he wants to do. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Mad thing.
Well, I mean,
Oh
listen,
my
man.
days.
When Bob has you under contract, right? Because I think it's a
Variables.
contract. I think it's a contract that's based on a number of fights as opposed to an amount of time. You owe
It is
Bob
fights.
2 fights, bro. And if you fuck this money up, right? If you fuck this money up, you think Bob is not going to hold a grudge? Look at Mikey Garcia. It took him 3 years
Yeah,
to
but does
get out of
that
that contract.
does that hold outside the US though, Julius?
Look, let's
Fury could
talk.
get fight in the UK. Has a non-US based fighter ever challenged Bob on that?
Say that
Good
again.
look.
I was just saying, has a non-US based fighter ever challenged Bob on one of his contracts? Because Tyson could just fight outside of the US.
Yeah, but it's like we got to be realistic, all right? Even if you could loophole your way around the contract, right? Remember, you're a prize fighter. You're trying to get at money. Outside of the AJ fight and that buildup, nobody clawing at their face to see Fury fight anybody else.
But the thing with Fury is he likes to be in control of when he fights people. Like, he dropped the British title to avoid David Price. Do you think he'd avoid David Price now?
No.
Exactly.
But do you think that fight gets him a lot of money now?
No, but my point is, though...
He even avoided Povetkin a number of years ago.
Oh,
yeah.
He ducked Pulev. He avoided becoming European champion to not fight Pulev. Tyson will duck out of fights when it suits him, and he may well just think in the back of his head, I might take some low paychecks in a year's time, and the AJ fight will still be there when I want it.
Yeah, but here's the thing: how does he do that while he's exclusively with ESPN?
Yeah.
But that's why the retirement thing could work, Mark.
Yeah, the retirement thing may work.
Yeah, but then he unretires in a period of time.
Well, I mean, I think
Yeah, but he's not on
I
a time-based contract. That's the
I
thing.
think we're overlooking one major thing, dog. If this fight doesn't happen now, right? If it doesn't happen this year, if it ain't next, he gets all the heat, bro. He'll get all the heat. Everything we've been seeing from Bob, from Eddie, has been the same thing. They've been singing the same tune. So if this fight falls apart, it's gonna be on you, bro. And you're gonna.
Fury don't care about that, though, Julius.
I was about to say that. I don't think he cares about that type of.
He don't give a fuck about what people
He don't give a
say.
shit.
Like, I know a lot of people will think that, but the reality of it is, Tyson Fury's done this. He did it before with fucking Klitschko, bro.
Yeah, he don't give a shit.
Different situation. He like with Klitschko, and that was dramatic, by the way, what he did with Klitschko. There wasn't as much money on the pot when he did with Klitschko what he did with Klitschko. You're talking about.
There was a big reason for him
it's
doing that.
Listen, it's $100 million, bro. That's what we're talking about.
I know that. Listen,
the other issue
listen.
with the Klitschko thing, Mark, though, is he got out in front of the Nandrolone case, and it may have all been intentional because nobody ever talks about that now. Whereas he may have known that he wasn't going to get licensed to fight Klitschko.
Exactly. That was in the middle of that UCAD situation. So at that time, that might have made sense.
Oh yeah, he did. It was in Manchester, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the MEN Arena.
Yeah,
there was rumours the ticket sales were poor. There were all sorts of rumours going around. Then the UCAD case comes out, and then not long after that, he tested positive for cocaine, and he ran with the fact that he was banned for cocaine and ignored the D'Angelo stuff in the press. I'm actually suspicious the cocaine failed test was on purpose to draw attention away from.
He actually served the retroactive ban for cocaine because apparently the B sample came back negative. But that's ifs and buts and candies and nuts.
But the whole thing is, it's just murky, isn't it, Mark? It's murky. I can't say to you conclusively that
I'm stealing that, man.
True.
Mark, I'm stealing that. I don't know if that's a saying in Ireland.
It's a saying. It's a saying. If ifs and buts were candies and nuts. If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, I'd be amongst uncle.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's all murky. But all I'm saying is Tyson's not adverse. I don't think I agree with you. He doesn't care what people say about him in the media. He tries to manipulate the media in his favor. That's all he does.
The way it looks to me, right? This can only be two things. he is experiencing cold feet because he doesn't like his chances against AJ off a year layoff. I think that is bothering him, and I think he's been dropping hints, and he's trying to find a way to fight someone else without being castigated for it. He wants it to look like, oh, it's AJ that doesn't want to fight, even though that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. It's either that or he's tired.
There is one thing about that though, really. It's the idea of him fighting somebody else, right? Everybody like goes back and we harken on about the AJ Caboyel fight, right? Let's talk about that for a second. This needs to be brought up. Him and Wilder had already entered mediation before they sent the contract to AJ Caboyel. During mediation, they sent that contract. AJ Caboyel's promoter himself said the reason that fight didn't happen is because they lowballed him. They offered him 40 grand. They did that on purpose with the promoters. The reason they did that is because Bob doesn't want one of those fights going. He wants those two AJs.
Bro, you said 40K. You mean 400K or 40K, bro?
Yeah, it came from Frank Warren. It came from Frank Warren. 40,000 euros is what he was.
40K.
They lowballed him so much that he couldn't take the fight because it wouldn't cover his training expenses.
So that wasn't Top Rank. That must have been Queensbury.
That was Queensbury.
That was Queensbury in conjunction with ESPN.
Listen. As far as who was paying for that fight, right? Who would have paid for the Caboyel fight? BT Sport and Frank Warren going to pay for that. BT Sport and Frank Warren. That wasn't going to be based in America. Remember, that was supposed to.
It wasn't going to be based in America, but it was going to be on ESPN.
But ESPN wasn't paying for it, Mark. ESPN wasn't flipping the bill for that fight. Frank was supposed to flip the bill for that fight.
There was talk, and I don't know how substantial it was, that it wasn't going to be part of his deal with Bob and Top Rank, and that it was he was still going to have two fights left.
No, because that's what Fury said, but Bob said that. I don't know. But Bob said differently. Bob disagreed.
Bob said that was supposed to be one of the last two on his contract.
Yo, they really offered a geek company $40,000.
40,000 euros from his own promoter.
Yo, they might as well offer him a job at Aldi. Like, fuck that, bro. You can make that work at
Aldi. To be fair, it is 38,000 a year in Aldi in Ireland.
Wow.
Hold on a minute. This puts Tyson's recent statements in a different perspective, because if Tyson wanted to have a tune-up fight and he feels they scuppered it by intentionally offering
he may retire.
the opponent a low ball offer, yeah, that would explain why Tyson's coming out in the media and complaining about it, because he feels that he's been blocked from having a tune-up fight because Bob wants just two AJ fights on the deal.
Well, at the end of the day, if Tyson Fury wanted to be able to get a certain amount of money and stuff, then he should be able to gauge the numbers like AJ did with Bulev. Oh wait, he can't draw.
Exactly, and that's been a long-standing thing that a lot of people acted like after Fury beat Wilder that his marquee value, it shot sky high. And no, that's not the case, bro, because if it did, they would have been able to flip the bill for the Caboyel fight. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Nobody was going to buy that, right?
Nobody was going to buy that fucking fight, bro. Like, weren't they going to try to put that? Weren't they going to try to build that as a pay-per-view in the UK?
They would have put it on pay-per-view 100%. And here's the thing, right?
That would have been on
look, I don't mind things being on pay-per-view, but also BT's pay-per-view model isn't as big as Sky box offices.
They didn't actually announce it, so we don't actually know what they were going to do.
Bro, they put Tom Schwartz on pay-per-view in America.
People no, they didn't. It was on directly for ESPN.
Tyson Fury. Bro.
You're not listening
That's
to
the
me.
biggest thing BT has seen in boxing.
Hold on. Let me respond to Intangible before he tries to catch me. I said he fought Tom Schwartz in America. It was on pay-per-view in the UK.
Yeah, it was. It was. And
okay. I see.
They wouldn't release
Dan says that Frank offered Caboyel a signed Tyson Fury glove to fight Tyson Fury.
That's bullshit. I've seen those things. Some of them are being sold. He's trying to sell some of them for 60 grand. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
2/3 of a Tyson Fury glove. 2/3 of a Tyson Fury glove. It's missing the pattern.
Dog, beat me to it, Mark. You beat me to it.
How you gonna offer somebody $40,000 in a heavyweight division to fight for the WBC title, bro? That's crazy to me, dog.
That's a Bitcoin. Give him a Bitcoin.
Cheated.
If that's true, they did it on purpose, so they didn't have to bankroll the fight that they thought would make
Exactly.
it.
And because Frank didn't have the money to bankroll it, Bob wasn't on the bank. Bob won't bankroll anything
why
other than that
Tyson
AJ fight.
is complaining that he has that would explain it, because if you actually look at everything Tyson said in the press, he's been fairly consistent. He tries to put pressure on Deontay Wilder to fight him in December. When that didn't happen, he tried to have an Ajak Kabayel fight, and now he's complaining that he's been out of the ring for too long. So
I reckon Kabayel got more than 40K to fight Chisora, bro.
Nah, he had to at least get $100,000, bro. They fought Monte Carlo.
I know. I believe the courses were 150 for Ajak, 210 for Derek.
That may I say.
Bro, they're paying him like he's a
At that time, that was good money, by the way. At that time,
how many years ago was that?
Paying the dude like he's a super flyweight. You're gonna give an unbeaten heavyweight contender $40,000 to fight Tyson Fury? Who the fuck do you think is gonna take that deal?
You're gonna give the European champion 40 grand. Meanwhile, a David Avanesyan just got 100K for fighting Josh Kelly.
Yeah,
stuff like that if you don't want to make the fight.
I have some bad news, guys. Chris Lovejoy just retired.
To be fair, I have even worse news, Julius.
I've never seen him either, and I have no shame in saying that. Like, look, I'm a diehard boxing fan. I watch damn near all the weights. I've never seen this man fight.
I've seen him fight. I seen me and Tangible probably both saw the same clip. There's really only one. And I've also seen him on a heavy bag in front of Buddy McGirt, and Buddy McGirt looked like he wanted to off himself. But let me just say one thing. I've worse news, Julius. I'm pretty sure Christopher Lovejoy is also Michael Smith.
Michael Smith.
I want you, Julius, of Ring IQ, to go onto Christopher Lovejoy's box rec and look at his photo right now. We're doing investigative journalism right now. Do that.
I'm about to go to his box rec right now.
Mm-hmm. And look at his box rec photo.
All right. Hold on. Chris Lovejoy.
Yeah.
Box rec.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now I want you to scroll down his resume, and I want you to look for the name Michael Smith.
Michael Smith. All right, I'm looking now. All right, Jorge Edgar Omar Luis Michael Smith pro debut.
Now look at the profile picture of one Mr. Michael Smith. Is that not suspicious, Julius?
Yo, dog, that could be his uncle. He fought his uncle.
Bro,
be his uncle.
I'm convinced the man is a ringer. Convinced.
This took place in Tijuana. This took place in El Gimnasio de Independencia in Tijuana, Baja California. The inspector was Juan Manuel Cardona. Gonzalez Boxing Promotions. Hey, it's a lot of people fighting out of El Gimnasio de Independencia. So, I don't know. Maybe he fought his uncle.
Tell me that's not a little bit suspicious, Julius.
I'll say this much, dog. You couldn't have, if all jokes aside, if the offer made to Agit Kabayel was in fact $40,000, you couldn't have made that offer with the expectation that Agit was going to take it. You couldn't.
It was euros. It was euros. We got to be right on that.
All right, but even if we apply the conversion rate, what are we talking about? $60,000?
No, about 46, 45.
All right, 46. You can't expect that Agit Kabayel was going to fight Tyson Fury for $46,000. You couldn't have made that offer in good faith, in other words. You couldn't have. You can't make that offer with the expectation that this fight is going to happen. Are you sabotaging the tune-up fight? Because, I mean, like, come on, dog. You think this dude is going to come over here from Germany to fight for $46,000? Nah, come on.
It does put a very different perspective on Tyson Fury's tweets, if that's what happened. Because Tyson's not stupid. If that's actually true, Tyson would know that he's not going to accept that.
So it's not Tyson's fault then. It's his handlers, man.
Yeah.
It's not Tyson's fault.
No. It is his fault. No. It's his fault. This is why it's his fault. All right. You fight whoever the hell it is. You have to fight in December. Agit Kabayel otherwise. Not because you want to get paid off the fight, but because you know what's next. If you know the Wilder fight's not happening, and you know the AJ fight is set to happen next year, you have to bite the bullet and get back out there, regardless of who it's with.
Take a pay cut.
Take a pay cut.
It's not about, is it about Tyson taking the pay cut? Or is it about Bob not wanting Tyson to fight anybody apart from AJ and him?
Well, here's the thing. Tyson wanted over 1.5 million for Kabayel. Like, I'm not sure.
Could have given him 5. You say give him 5 and then take the 1. That's what you should have done. I'm saying. Is that what we? I agree to that. To be fair.
Listen. When Anthony Yard lost to Sergey Kovalev, he had some weirdo fight out there in Spain. All right, some weirdo.
Yeah, against the guy who was 4-48
against a welterweight, bro.
All right,
welterweight.
So if the basic idea is I just need to have a fight to shake off the cobwebs and get back out there, you got to make sacrifices because it's an investment in the future. You know what's next. The AJ fight is next. $100 million fight for you. $100 million. If you got to get out there and fight Patty Potato Salad for $1 million, I could do it, bro. Take a pay cut. Because you know what it's about, you know what it's for. If he didn't get back out there, it's his fault. In that situation, hold on. In that situation, I would have said, okay, whatever I stand to make, give some of that to Agit Kabayel because I need to get out there and I need to have a fight because I'm trying to have this AJ fight next year.
That's not really the point I'm making. If Bob's making offers of 40,000 euros, Bob is stopping him from fighting.
Then have Frank do it.
But is it because Tyson can only fight on Bob's platforms?
No.
Can Tyson fight off Bob's platforms?
John,
do you see what I'm saying?
The fight that Fury was supposed to have back in December, Top Rank was going to show it by way of ESPN, but they weren't the ones paying for it. It's a similar situation. It's a similar situation. It's a similar situation.
That's not the point I'm making, Julius. The point I'm making is he's got 2 fights left with Bob.
That fight might not have been. What I'm trying to tell you, John, what I'm trying to tell you is that fight might not have been a part of his contract.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're having a fight, if you're having a fight that Top Rank isn't paying for, Frank is paying for it, it's going to be based in the UK, not the US. Okay, you can always tell Bob, this fight is not part of my contract, but I have to have a fight before I fight AJ. That doesn't get in the way.
But then you need Frank Warren to stump up the money. Good God.
Well, that's another fucking problem.
Good God. That man's banking like in bratwurst out in Poland.
I got a question for the panel. If Tyson Fury said, all I want for this tune-up is $2 million, do you think the fight happened? Would it have happened?
He wanted less.
Against Agit.
Against
Kabayel for $1.5 million. 1.5.
He wanted less than that? That's what you're saying?
He wanted less than that, but the thing is, like, how are they grossing that number?
That's true.
So it wasn't... Sorry, it wasn't Frank that offered the 40,000. That wasn't a Queensberry thing.
That was Queensberry.
Okay.
The only way they could have bankrolled him getting 1.5 million, because they would have had to put it on pay-per-view and pay Agit as well, right? For all of that to come together, Tyson Fury would have had to have gotten international broadcasting rights. That would have been on the ESPN, so they would have had to pay for it. So they would have looked for a promoter's cut. Otherwise, they would have taken a loss.
And that fight with a G, it wouldn't have been in the UK, would it? It wouldn't have been here, would it?
No, it was going to
be in the UK.
Talking about
in the UK.
Because
That's gonna
obviously,
be
what
the
about
UK.
that whole? What about that whole thing with Tyson getting the license over here? Since that case,
He doesn't need a British Boxing Board of Control license.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's alternatives because Nigel Benn was going to get a different license, wasn't he?
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I can't think of the name of the organization.
Yeah, but it's the one that was going to license Ben, isn't it, Mark?
It might be like Biba or something.
There's a couple of other ones that you can fight in. You might even be able to fight with an Irish boxing license here.
Let me answer Boardroom's question. In that situation, Boardroom, Bob, Top Rank Soul involvement would have, in that situation, they wouldn't have paid for the Caballel fight. It wouldn't have been on Top Rank's dime. It would have been on Frank's dime. All Top Rank would have done was pull strings to make sure that ESPN shows the fight. But that's it. They weren't going to bankroll that fight. That's why Bob is not involved in that, really. Like that wouldn't have been on Bob's dime. That wouldn't have been on his time. That would have been on Frank. And lo and behold, that when Frank has to pay for something, see how it don't fucking happen.
This is why I fall back into the idea that this is all just fucking mind games for Fury's diehard fans specifically, in case he loses to sell the rematch.
I mean, they could be preemptive excuses. I mean, it could be as simple as that. It really
They're
could.
obviously preemptive excuses. Let's be real. Why else do you say that?
I mean,
but the
It's
only
the cast out. It's the cast out. It's over your fitness.
This is the thing, Mark. Let's be objective and let's just not be angry at anybody, right? Fury is coming off a year layoff. He's telling the truth when he says that those are not the ideal conditions for a super fight. So why do I not pity Fury? Because you talk too much shit. You talk a lot of fucking shit, bro. You talk a lot of shit. If you want a tune-up, then go get a tune-up. But don't ask for a tune-up and try to blame him that you feel nervous. He got out there. He took a pay cut for the Pulev fight. You should have took whatever pay cut you had to take to get back out there. The focus and the focal point should have been getting back out there by any means necessary. You didn't do that, so I don't feel sorry for you. That's how I feel about it. But a year layoff, yeah, that's not ideal conditions, but for a super fight. He's telling the truth. He is telling the truth.
I know he's telling the truth, but at the same time, telling the truth is still an excuse.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I mean, it could also be a way of trying to get out of the fight. It might not just be an excuse for not winning it.
I don't want to be that cynical.
Well, I understand that, but then if he's trying to say that he hopes AJ doesn't duck him, the only reason to talk like that is to try and put the blame on somebody else when the fight doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Unless he's already signed the fight.
But if they've signed the fight, why is it to just make an excuse for when he loses? Is that what you think, Mark?
In case he loses, not when he loses. What?
Sorry, Freudian slip, Mark. In case he...
We're catching biases today, boys.
Look, you've already put out your keys to victory for Tyson Fury in your prediction. I've listened to it.
That's another Freudian slip. I put out keys to victory for Buckman.
No, it was a prediction video.
Yeah, I had keys to victory for both of them in there.
Yeah. But the prediction was that Tyson Fury wins by knockout in the 8th round, wasn't it? After leaning on AJ and taking him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking AJ to win. I'll put my cards on the table. But it's 50-50 fight. I haven't got a problem with someone thinking the other way.
I don't think it matters who we pick anymore because Oscar knocked out Miguel and that just upset my world. I'm happy for him, but I can't trust anything in anybody anymore. I can't trust them. Listen. There's a lot of fucking fights out there. There's a lot of fucking fights out there that you had an idea or that maybe it didn't go the way that you thought, but it still made sense. Like Joyce versus Dubois. Didn't go the way that I thought it would, but it made sense. Like, you know what? I can understand. I can wrap my mind around this. Oscar doing what he did to Miguel, it hurt my brain, dog.
When I saw that, I was
I'm
like,
actually not confident anymore about you. I'm not confident about Yildirim versus Canelo. I think Yildirim might fuck around and like cut him.
No. Did you not see? Listen, did you not see what Eubank Jr. did to Yildirim, bro?
Bro, Yildirim might fuck around and cut him in the second round and win by TKO.
Hold on a minute. Hasn't gone to Renato?
Yeah.
Say that again, John.
Isn't Oscar with Renato?
Yes.
So isn't that just an example of what those beef states can do for you?
I mean, look.
Well, this is the first fight since he's been with Reynoso that I've seen the actual development change and stuff like that.
Exactly, and that blew my mind. Like, it blew my mind because when I've seen the fight more than once, and when you watch it back, he did outbox him. It wasn't a war. It was Oscar outboxing Miguel.
It was clinical. It was fucking clinical.
It was clinical.
Yeah, it was a technical war. It was a clinical war. Yeah.
It wasn't. That wasn't the aesthetic that I thought the fight was gonna have. I thought it was gonna look like fucking Quigg versus Valdez. That's what I thought it was gonna look like.
I'll be honest. I watched that fight 3 times now. I think Berchelt had 4 minutes total in the entire fight. That's it.
Like, dog, he made Miguel look like a fucking moron out there. Like, he really made him look like a moron.
When you've been in wars,
when you get them 4 minutes,
can't you just get up in the ring instantly? When you've been in as many wars, Charles been in.
Well, Valdez has been in a bunch of wars himself. He got dropped by Chibanya. He got dropped by Lopez.
When it's going to catch up with you, can you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like it could just happen on your next fight.
That's the weird thing, though. I already caught up on Valdez. He was struggling with the legs. He got dropped by Adam Lopez.
A lot of people thought that. That's why I think they're so shocked. But
his whole base style changed for that fight there.
Yeah,
exactly. I can't trust anything behind that. Like, I can't. Like, I'm like, what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? What was there?
No alternative reality, man.
Dude, if Williams Arroyo beats Martinez, I'm actually done predicting fights. I'm done predicting fights.
Don't say that. Don't say that, man. I've got big money on Martinez. Don't fucking say that.
Martinez won't let us down. He won't let us down.
He better fucking not. Because if he loses this fight, I'm done predicting fights. I'm just gonna take like a 2-month exile from the boxing community.
Dog.
Speaking of fights and stuff, Julius, you and I, we have a bet, don't we, on Gonzalez Chocolatito?
Oh yeah.
Gonzalez Chocolatito.
Yeah, that's right.
Nah, that's way too 50-50.
Yo, he caught that shit, man, quick. I just read Gonzalez Chocolatito. Yeah, Roman's fighting Gonzalez.
Exactly, bro. Don't forget we had Gonzalez versus Gonzalez last time.
That's true.
Is he rematching him?
Yeah, I do have Choco. I have Choco.
So you Choco at that point. That's good. I didn't remember who I had. I'm just down for the bet because it's so 50-50. I don't care.
Oh yeah, it's a 50. Look. Like I said, and this is the argument that I made when we first discussed it. That everything that we're saying about Juan is based off the Soar fight, but I feel that Soar cost himself the fight more than anything Juan did. That you're the guy. You wanted to go out there switch hitting. When the fuck has Sorum Visai ever been a switch hitter? So you start.
And it's like
now?
he just stayed in the other stance. He didn't even go back to his stance.
After seeing the Israel Gonzalez fight, though, like, right, I know I've seen the Quadras fight and he got hurt against Quadras Estrada, right? But when Chocolatito fought Israel, I seen that man tire out in the last 4 rounds, bro.
He did. He was gassing.
So I don't know where his gas tank is.
He kind of tired all throughout the fight. Now, to be fair, that was in a high elevation place. You know, I'm not excusing him or anything, but he kind of tired all throughout the fight. Like there were moments, certain portions of rounds, like he'd take half the round off in many cases, and then he'd just come back firing. And then
I'd agree about the height and the altitude of things, right? If it wasn't for the fact that he's so small, he literally just ignores all levels of gravity.
Yeah, and also though, the other thing is, right? One thing I will say though is at least, even though he did take portions of the round off, he would still remain defensively responsible. At least that's what I can say. He wasn't so tired that he was just not getting
goddamn minute, Intangible, because before we go worrying about whether or not Choco was breathing with his mouth open, Juan got dropped by Quadras. He got dropped.
He got dropped by a puncher, yeah.
I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that he hasn't looked perfect either. You know, the beginning of that fight, it looked like it was all downhill for Juan. God bless him that he was able to turn it around, but he didn't look good in the beginning of that fight.
Oh no, but like when you look at Israel Gonzalez, who's moving around, like it was easy enough for Choco to cut that ring off because the man was going in straight lines. He was always into straight lines. He wasn't really moving around the angle, whereas Juan can. So I'm wondering that extra amount of footwork, the tiredness.
Quadras is a puncher.
Juan got off of the canvas, shook it off. He came back. He upped his volume, and he was in the 8th round. He threw more punches in that 8th round than Choco did in any other round in his fight against Israel Gonzalez.
Donnie Nietes is back. You fuck.
Just selling the
Donnie
fight.
Nietes, boy. Where's he been?
Donnie Nietes.
Fucking Nietes.
He's been in custodial. We have Donnie Nietes in April 3rd.
45 years old. Donnie Nietes.
He said he wants Chocolatito. He said he wants Estrada. The fight that I would like to see him in, because I don't think he's going to get those fights, is the other guy that he mentioned, Sorung Visai. He mentioned Sorung Visai late last year. He said he wants to fight with that guy. I like that.
I think it gets fucked up.
Think it's fucked up?
That fight doesn't happen though, Julius, because Sor's sitting on that man 30.
That's true. That is true. Why would Sor take that fight now? He's got to get through this guy that he's about to fight, and after that, he gets the winner of Choco versus Estrada. Why would he take that fight?
I think there's a probability.
Them guys down there, they're like that, man. They are like that. That's what I love about down there, man. They will do that type of mad.
Donnie needs to go after Jerwin and Cajas because I'm sick of it.
Filipinos historically don't like fighting each other. Just like fight first.
We got a good question from Joe Mama. Who wins between Ioka and Estrada?
Woo! Ooh. Don't talk like that. That's the first word around here. Don't talk like that.
Will I go first? Will I go first?
I don't know if he. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Go first.
Zuto Ioka, baby. All day.
I would say that as well, but it's close. It's tight, man. Estrada.
Oh, it ain't that tight because the only way the fight happens is Estrada has to beat Choco, and then he has to beat fucking Rugby side to go through those two wars, and then fight him. At which case, Ioka's gonna break his fucking neck.
I got a real question. What? I don't think that Jerwin is gonna unify with anybody. I really don't.
I don't know if Jerwin's ever gonna fight again. I'm looking at like the Deontay Wilder guy.
He's gonna go for 27.
What is he gonna do?
He's gonna go for 27 title defenses by the year of 2029. Then he'll retire.
Fucking shit.
You're being very optimistic on that, man. The idea of that man making anything more than 2 title defenses in 29 years is crazy.
Now we're not gonna get Louis Casimiro, bro. We're not gonna get that fight. Just consider that fight dead, bro. That fight won't happen. Sean Gibbons. For those that are not aware, Sean Gibbons handles the career of Casimiro. He also handles the career, coincidentally, of Jerwin and Cajas. And if you see that these guys aren't involved in the kind of situations you want them in, you can thank Sean. That fight won't happen, bro.
When did the last time in Cajas fight?
December 2019. 14 months ago.
They'll get him back out there. I heard that they have. I saw something maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I'm not sure what it was, but it was on Cajas versus somebody. Some shit about some fight they're trying to make. It's not a good fight. It's not a big fight, but you know, it is what it is.
Was it like Jonathan Gonzalez?
Yeah.
And they were saying that's for April. We're already in fucking February and it still hasn't been signed, mate.
That's true.
Gajas versus Jonathan Rodriguez. That's what it was.
Rodriguez, my bad. Not Johnny Gonzalez. What was I thinking?
Gennady Golovkin versus Chris Eubank Jr. Is that still a fight worth watching?
Yes.
I'll watch it, but Golovkin beats him.
That's what I was gonna get to. That's what I wanted to ask. All right, Mark. What are Chris Eubank Jr.'s chances here? What are we talking about?
I don't know where Gennady is. Like when I seen him against Derevianchenko, he had a very tough fight against Cesaro Meta, who isn't exactly a world beater. He looked very good. I think Eubank is somewhere in between the two, and I think that'd be the sweet point. I think it's a tough fight for Golovkin. Actually,
A one-armed George Groves beat this fucking guy.
no. A two-armed George Groves for 10 rounds beat this good.
All right.
A one-armed George Groves got fucked up.
He didn't look good in that fucking. He didn't look good in that fucking fight with Karabov. That injury was the best thing that could have happened.
How long was that fight for, man?
What was it, like 2 rounds? It was like 3 rounds, some shit like that.
He was losing. Is it 2 rounds? I'll say it was 2 rounds. A round and a half, I think.
He's not a faster.
But he's been with Roy for the past year, isn't he? So
listen, man, I love Roy as a fighter. I love Roy as a fighter, as a trainer. I know about all that shit.
Hasn't he left Roy anyway?
Nah, he's still with Roy.
He's still with Roy.
Because Roy's still training him.
The problem I've got with Roy training people is if you don't have Roy's athleticism, what's he going to actually teach you?
True.
But you know what? Eubanks is sorry, go on.
No, that's all right. I mean, Eubanks got a great chin.
Eubanks athletic. He is athletic, you know. He's athletic. He hasn't got the attributes what Roy's got, but the athleticism, he is athletic.
Has he got Roy's
reflex?
Because Chris,
that's a different story.
Chris gets hit. And Roy's reflexes went. Roy wasn't the same fighter, was he?
Chris should have went to Freddie Roach. That's all I'm saying. Should have went to Freddie Roach.
When you got a good chin, Freddie Roach is a good trainer, and Chris
that's true. But Chris's career is shaky enough as it is, man.
He's the former IBO champion. Watch your mouth, all right? IBO middleweight champion.
He's his own kind of. He's
beat Reynolds
he's his own worst enemy.
Get out of here.
It was at super middle. It's not his natural weight.
Reynolds Quinlan, bro.
Reynolds Quinlan, man.
He knocked out Yildirim, bro. He brutally knocked out Yildirim at super middle.
That was a good win, though.
Avni Yildirim has a win against a fighter where he was getting punched in the face and the referee stepped in and waved off the Yildirim.
Hold on a minute, though.
What fight is that?
Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on. That's legit, by the way. That's legit.
There is an important point here because those are fights were at 168, and presumably if he fights Gennady, it'll be at
160,
which is Chris's better weight. And I'm not sure that Gennady can hurt Chris badly enough.
I think he can.
He took George Groves' punches pretty well. And Groves hits hard for a 168-pounder.
Listen,
and I believe he's got a better defense since that fight now
Groves
as well.
He's got good power, and all I've seen from Gennady is slippage.
I mean, he's slipping. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, John. There's slippage. There is slippage. But that's what do I look like saying I'm confident Gennady beats Chris when I just saw fucking Oscar knock out Miguel? Never mind me, bro. Fuck what I was going to say.
Not whether he beats him. I'm saying I'm not sure he knocks him out. Which is
I don't think he definitely beats him. I don't, you know. I don't. Especially if the fight's in the UK and it goes the distance.
When it was supposed to happen, I think Triple G would have beaten him easily. But
when it was supposed to happen, he went and fought flipping Kell Brook, man.
Bro, yeah, I've seen nothing from Chris though. Outside of that, and I view the Yildirim.
More about Triple G slippage for me.
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
yo, Julius. I don't know how much he's improved under Roy. I think he's God. Sorry.
That's all right.
Good, Mark.
I think he's had some improvement over Roy. Go on, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, Julius, I have this link. You won't get any copyright on it because there's no copyrightable material on it. I've put the link in the private chat. I would appreciate it if you click on it and if you shared it for people to see. This is the greatest stoppage in the history of stoppages.
Okay, let me see this magnificent stoppage of magnificent.
Before people think I'm trolling, I want everybody to see.
All right, let's see. Hold on. All right, wait a minute. All right, let's go to this shit. Hold on. Wait. Share, screen share. Share screen. Chrome tab. Referee stops fight.
Now, rewind it for the people to see, Julius. Rewind.
Wait.
Yeah, your screen's being a bit freezy, so jump it back to the start, Julius. Jump it back to the start. Jump it back to the start. Right, guys? Here we have Avni Ilden versus some random. Right?
Oh,
They're firing punches, right? Watch this. Watch this. Avni gets an uppercut. The dude lands a right hand. Dude comes in, stops Avni's opponent.
Yo, what the fuck, dog? What planet is this, bro?
Yo, what is going on there? What happened? What's that?
That dude was landing punches on Avni. No, you're not allowed to do that. You're out.
Yeah. Was that in Avni's house? Was that in his house?
Celebrating that win. He's a fucking slime ball for celebrating that win.
What country was that fighting?
That was in his house, man.
Yeah, I think
that's in Avni's house, in his front room, bro.
Exactly where it was.
Julius, do you have some audio coming through there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. But yeah, man, I thought, yeah, man, like the fuck, Avni is a piece of shit for celebrating that win, man. Fuck wrong with
bro.
Fuck wrong.
I'm saying Oscar Valdel's apart. Canelo deals with this guy. He either toys with him or he knocks him out in about 2-3 rounds.
I think he's gonna knock him out. Canelo does his best work against aggressive guys, and Avni ain't got a choice but to be aggressive because, I mean, he ain't
unless Canelo chooses to coast because they're friends.
That's true.
Are they friends? True. Yeah. Are they friends? Oh. Well, he's been one of his cheap
bid, Rob. We're not going to talk about the purse bid because at this point, there's nothing left to do but to see who wins the goddamn thing. There's nothing left to talk about. At this point, the only thing left for us to do is to see if Eddie has the winning bid, and then after that, we can talk about it.
When is the purse bid?
Today. Few hours.
Oh, shit.
Eubank Jr. best trait is his stamina. Everything else is just above average. Still curious about what he went to the wrong guy. Like, he might be enthusiastic about training under Roy, but I think Chris Eubank Jr. could have excelled under Jonathan Banks, under Buddy McGirt. To John's point, I agree. Unless you have Roy's reflexes, what the hell are you going to pick up from that guy? What are you going to pick up from him? And Chris Eubank Jr. ain't no goddamn Ron Jones Jr.
Yeah, but nobody is. I mean,
that's the point. I don't got nothing against Roy, but I don't know that he needs to be training fighters.
No, I agree with you 100% for that reason. Because if Roy had more of a tactical awareness, he would have been able to change his style when his reflexes went.
Yep.
And he didn't. Like, whatever else anybody says about Ali, when his athleticism deteriorated, he found a different way to win. And like they're two of the fighters who relied.
Yeah, but Ali was crazy.
Yeah, but well, he's also
Capricorn, like me.
He was also blessed with a much better chin than Roy.
He was, but also at the same point, he was legitimately fucking nuts.
Fellas, there's a big fight happening in New Zealand. Joseph Parker, Junior Fa. Who do you got?
It's a grudge match, you know.
It's a grudge match.
It's a grudge match, you know.
I got the dude from New Zealand.
So hard.
Yeah.
Where's the guy from again?
If Junior Fa wins that, I'm hoping for a lot of Spider-Man posts all over the place.
Yo, dog, if Junior Fa, I don't like. Look. I looked up Fa. I watched, I think, 2 fights. That's how I felt after.
He's got a couple of wins over. They're even from the amateurs, though, aren't they?
Yeah, 2-2.
They're 2-2.
I will say this though, as a pro, Junior Fa hasn't really looked good at all.
No.
Like, the man got dropped by a 44-year-old Dominic Wynn.
Bruh.
Joseph Parker should win that fight easily.
He should, but that's the problem with Parker.
To win, it'll be the fact that he has zero dog in him. He's just dogless.
Listen, the problem with Parker is he's sketchy on delivering. He's making TikTok videos. He's doing grease reactions.
The trouble is, he's not nasty enough to be a boxer.
He has no violence, man. He's
got zero dog. He's got reverse dog.
I go further than that. I think Joseph Parker is neutered.
Wow.
You think he's what?
No, y'all are saying Jesus, man. Y'all, I've said this with Jono from Kiwi Box, right? Jono, who's from New Zealand. I've said this on his channel for the last 18 months. Joseph Parker's a neutered dog.
You say that, and
he has dog in him. It's just neutered. He has no balls anymore, bro. That dude.
Wow, he's been clipped. Oh shit.
Faded, man.
Oh shit.
Look, for what it's worth, right? Parker's a Capricorn. That's got to count for something.
There's always one, Julius. There's always one that.
That's true. That's
that
true.
misses the status quo.
That's true. I thought it was David Lemieux. But even he has more dog in him. He obviously has more dog in him than Joseph Parker.
Lemieux's got dog. He just hasn't got much talent.
I can see it going the distance and what's his name? Parker winning a split decision. Or it could even be a draw.
I think Parker will get it anyway.
I think Parker's going to stop him, but
it's on Juco,
yeah.
Isn't it? So everything is in Parker's favour.
I think he'll stop him later.
It's got to be a Junior fight, knockout for Junior to win.
Junior's not knocking that man out. Man, he's better.
I've got Parker to win. There's no way that he shouldn't win that fight, Mark.
Parker should win and advance to a Cesaro fight. That's what I think is going to happen.
The only way Parker doesn't win that fight is if Joseph just doesn't do enough. That's the problem. Yeah, but and Fa can be like a Coley as well. People need he'll 1-2 clench, 1-2 clench, clench, 1-2 hold, clench.
So he's the house fighter. So you might score it against him, but he's still going to get the result.
Yeah.
Mark's right. Fa is a clincher. He can do that, and especially if he gets into any type of trouble.
But then
it's going to be a waltz.
Ducking points off him. Like
you see, I would agree with you, John. Right, but the thing is, Joseph Parker's team. They already had the judges from the WBO, and they were all people who were associated with Kevin Barry, right? All three of them. And Junior Fa's team have gone against it, and now they're looking for different judges.
Okay.
That reminds me of the Tim Zoo Jeff Horn shit when ahead of the fight, Jeff was complaining that one of the fucking judges was Tim's friend.
Bro, that wasn't even the funniest about it. Do you remember the glove situation there? He ended up wearing Jews gloves.
How big is the pool of judges in New Zealand? And how above board are they?
I'll be honest with you, John. As extensive as all of our knowledges go, I can't give you an exact number on how many judges there are in New Zealand.
You know as well as I do, it's not a big pool of judges.
I'll be honest. I don't know at all. I've no idea how many there is. There might be zero for all I know.
There's more sheep than people in New Zealand.
I'll give you that. I'll fucking give you that. Jesus,
it's not a big place. So I don't see how Junior can win that any other way than knockout, and he's not going to knock him out, is he? So
I mean, Parker did knock out Shondell Winters.
No, the other way to go, Julius.
You know what, Julius? You're right. And how many rounds did that go?
A few. Wasn't it like 7?
And how many rounds did Shondell Winters go with former world champion Joseph Parker?
Nah, fuck that. How many rounds did he go with Bobic?
That's what I was about to ask. How many rounds did he go with gimmick Bobic?
Don't call it. Hey, hold on. See, that's when it becomes unfair. If Shondell lasted longer with Parker, who's a former world champion, right? And he didn't last that long with Allen, at least we can say that Allen has punch. We can say
maybe he does, or Parker's just not aggressive.
No, I think it
You
goes.
say
back
gimmick,
to
he
Mark's
should say
point.
cruiserweight.
It goes back to Mark's point. We know that Alain has not been neutered.
I
Exactly.
look at Alen Babic as a Florian Marcoux of heavyweight. I like the guy. He's entertaining. I'll watch him. I have no opinion with this fighter.
All I'll say, bro, is when Shondell Winter says, "Don't get got trying to get me," to Babic, Babic said, "Shut up, you're slow." SLAO slow.
Yeah. Hey, that's great TV there. I swear to you. Great.
Him and
TV,
Shondell
man.
Winters is one of my favorite press conferences of 2020, bro. That was funny as fuck.
Oh,
I treat you like my bitches. Don't get got trying to get me. You're slow. SLAO slow. I'll
slow.
Fucking hilarious, man.
I can't wait for him to come back, dog. I miss that guy.
Like I say, we gotta admit he's fucking hilarious. It's gimmicky though. It works.
Listen, his girlfriend has the set. Like his girlfriend sounds like him.
She boo.
Go on Instagram and listen to that boy talk, man. Them Croatian girls got some deep ass voices, man. Like got a flaw.
Look.
I tell you what, though, if they ever let him fight Hergovich, he's in trouble.
Jerry Forrest, I'll fuck you up.
Shit, man. I want that dude to come back, man. I like that guy. He's made for TV.
Jerry Forrest is fighting this weekend, by the way. Jerry Forrest is fighting against the big Chinaman.
Oh yeah, Zhang Zi.
Is that who's fighting? Is that who
Bro, listen,
He's fighting the big Chinaman, bro.
The Chinaman's fighting Jerry Forrest.
Fight, man. That dude can fight. Like he's all right. He's all right.
I love the big Chinaman, bro. I love
Is that on the zone?
Yeah, that's on the zone, bro. That's on the that's on the that's on the undercard with Canelo and Yildirim on Julio Cesar Martinez and Arroyo's main event.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Zhang is I don't think he's ever going to be a champion his entire career. I don't.
He's a big Oriental man.
But he's an interesting guy. He's an interesting guy. Interesting that I see some good fights for him in the future. I don't think he's going to ever be a champion. No, I don't.
He's a 6'6", 270-pound southpaw Oriental man.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy, man.
Anomaly.
There's not too many of them around.
He's an anomaly, my friend.
There's really not a lot like that.
He's the Yao Ming of boxing, bro.
Yao Ming.
Zerto Ramirez of the heavyweight division. Say that. He's the Zerto Ramirez of the heavyweight division.
That's disrespectful. He's fighting.
That's
hold on a minute. Aren't they down for Bivol? Is there any truth in that?
No, we can't do that with Zerto because Eddie let the
Bivol
cat
fighting Craig Richards next.
Eddie let the cat out of the bag. They offered him the Bivol fight, which is what I always thought. If he backed out of the Brown fight, it's because they offered him the Bivol. And that's a better fight.
Well, fingers crossed he fights Bivol because he needs to fight somebody. And I like Craig Richards. No offense to him. Best of luck to the man. But when Bivol comes through Craig Richards, right? I know it's rude to say stuff like that, but when he comes through Craig Richards, I want him to have a world level opponent.
I dig
But
it.
Zerto's got to have a fight as well. He's got to have a fight before that.
Well,
fight.
Zerto's out there pulling out of the Marcus Brown fight. Zerto just fought recently as well. Don't forget that.
He did. He fought the same day.
The day before Canelo. The day before.
Yeah. That weekend.
Oh, really?
He fought.
Yeah.
Him and Mike Hunter. Mike Hunter was on the undercard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if Zerto does fight Bivol, then you know that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, why the fuck would you fight Brown when you could fight for the title? What do you get out of fighting Brown?
Well, also Bivol's a bit better than Brown as far as I can tell.
A bit?
A bit?
Yeah.
A bit?
Julius, we were both on that.
A bit. That's a bit.
Holy shit.
Hey, what's wrong with being understated?
That is understated.
I know it's understated.
Listen, Brown can box. Brown can box. What he can't do is take a punch.
Yeah,
never mind that. He can box, but he can't box as good as Bivol.
Bivol's boxing ability is right up there.
Fucking frightening.
It's
frightening.
like, for actual boxing ability, you just take everything away. Bivens is right up there.
I actually think he's the best just boxer in the
There's
world.
an argument. If someone said that to me, I certainly wouldn't get upset.
You know, when people talk eye test, that's a person who should be eye test. Like if your pound for pound list is purely on eye test, and you don't have B-Vol towards the top of that, you don't know shit about fucking eyes.
He doesn't do anything wrong. Like literally, he does nothing wrong. He
Very
has
compact.
no deficiencies. He has no flaws.
He's
None.
smooth. He's smooth.
I'm rooting for Craig though. Mark, I'm rooting for Craig in that fight. I can't lie.
I understand.
my
I
boy.
understand that, bro.
That's only because he's my boy. Still, it's only because I know him personally. But yeah,
I wish him best of luck, man. I actually like Craig.
So
I
do
do
I.
like
So
him.
do I.
Him and Andre Sterling love the fight, but like,
Craig's on a win-win because if he doesn't win, he still gets his name out there. And
Yeah, that's the thing.
see, at the end of the day, I don't think he'll win, right? No matter what, nobody can take this away from him. If he fights Bivol, he's a former world title challenger.
Yeah.
But he has to put in a good performance to have any recognition. He has to put in a good performance. He has to push him.
He won't. He won't.
Do you remember? Do you remember when arguably the third best light heavyweight in the world right now, Joe Smith Jr. entered the ring with Bivol, landed one punch on him in the whole fight and lost every round?
Oh yes.
Which one?
That dude-
Don't mind
Just
me.
want to let y'all know, I've always had Bivol over Beterbiev, and I remained adamant on that.
So have I. So have I.
I've got yeah.
I've got
Time is not
Beterbiev too, but listen,
It might change. Depends what happens.
it will change. If it changes for me, it will change depending on when it is, because I always said if it doesn't happen by the end of 2021, I'm rocking with Bivol.
Yeah, we had this conversation, Mark.
That's why we don't have a bet on the fight.
The longer the fight takes to make, the more it favors Bivol. Because what's better, Beav now? 36? He's up there. Like the dude is up there in age.
Yeah, but he's 36 and Russian.
That's true.
Is he going to be 37 this year?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, but
no,
37-year-old Russians are like
this fight.
He's like 19.
This fight is about 2 to 3 fights out because Better Beef has to fight Dionese. Then he fights the winner of
Dionese.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Hold on a minute.
German
He's
guy.
talking about making this fight, though. Eddie's recently talks about it, hasn't he?
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. That's 3 fights from now, bro. That could be 2022.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go.
It's not about Eddie talking about making it, John. The reality of the situation is, if Joe Smith Jr. beats Vlasov, it's going to be Beterbiev and Joe Smith. Bob's going to do that unification in house. Eddie Hearn don't fucking matter in that case.
Joe Smith versus Maxime Vlasov versus Beterbiev in Russia would be pretty lit, though.
Yeah, but Maxime's not making it past Joe, so stop it, Intangible. He's not making it past Joe. Joe's going to knock him out.
You can't be saying that, Julius, with all certainty.
You're right.
I like that fight. That fight's just an amazing fight. I just want to see Joe Smith versus Arte is a fantastic fight.
That's just crazy. That's just who's going to die first.
Right, I got a question, fellas. Callum Johnson, we know he went to Frank Warren. Was it a good move?
Do you want to know me
Eddie's got a record and said it's a good move, so it must be.
Do you want to know my honest opinion, Julius?
Good.
Eddie's light heavyweights haven't been moving.
Yeah.
They've been stagnant.
Yeah.
Buatsi, pretty stagnant.
Yeah.
Johnson, pretty stagnant.
Well, Johnson was never one of his boys. Johnson was never a matchroom fighter.
But he would fight on matchroom cards. He'd get his deals with matchroom.
No. Now, hold on. Well, wait a minute now. Yes, he fought on matchroom cards. But when he fought Better Beef on Matchroom,
True.
Better Beef was signed to Matchroom at that time. So Better Beef was a Matchroom fighter, not Johnson.
True. This is all true. Right. So, but also, I'll just say one other thing, right? Just let me say this. Bivol's been inactive, okay? And here's where I got bothered with Eddie Hearn's intrigue in his light heavyweights is he said the only person who can beat Canelo right now from 160 to 175 is Billy Joe Saunders. Caleb Plant can't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, you have a light heavyweight champion you're supposed to be promoting, who is one of the best fighters in this world right now, and you didn't even plug his damn name.
That's true. That's true. But
It's
he's
also
pushing Billy right now. He's really
Bivol
pushing
said
Billy
that.
right now.
I don't care.
He's also said Bivol's been quite out there saying he'll go down to 168. And I think Bivol makes 168 without too much trouble.
Yeah, but I don't want him
I
to
don't
go.
like that though. I don't want him to
I
go
don't want
down.
him to
I don't
go
want to
down.
Chad
No,
Dawson
no.
case
We're gonna
again.
Yeah,
stop
you see
this.
what I'm saying?
No, we're gonna stop this. We don't need another guy chasing a Canelo fight. There's enough of those fucking guys. I like Bivol at 175. I like him at
So Bivol could
175.
beat Canelo, Julius, and then Canelo has an intriguing opponent.
Yeah, but look, this is all right. First, when it comes to Canelo, right? I understand, and I made this point myself that's something that's plaguing Canelo. That now you don't have intriguing opponents, so even though you're fighting champions, it doesn't have the feel of a super fight. I get it. I don't want to see another guy chasing Canelo, bro. I'm tired of it.
But they're both on the zone, right?
It's still, bro. Like I want to see. I want to see Bivol versus Better Beef. I don't want to see Bivol versus Canelo. I want to see Bivol versus Better Beef.
There's a comment in this
Hold on a minute.
section.
Hold on a minute, Julius. Don't you think Joe Smith's going to win that fight?
A part of me. Look. I don't know with any certainty that Joe wins the fight. That's why it's a great fight. I don't know. I can't tell you. I like his chances. I like his chances more than some because Artur's getting old. Joe's tough, hits hard, takes a great punch. So, I mean, anything can happen. But if Artur beats him, which is possible, it's a 50-50 fight. Artur has a way better amateur background than Joe, obviously. So I'm holding out for Better Beef versus Bivol. That's what
Can I just say one thing? I'm going to be cheering Joe Smith on against one of my favorite fighters, even though Arthur's actually my favorite, probably my favorite fighter at the moment. But the reason I'm going to cheer Joe Smith Jr. on is because I sent him a DM saying best of luck, and he said, "Thank you, brother. I love your channel." So from now on, I have to cheer on Joe, bro.
Yeah, but how can you not like Joe anyway?
I have to cheer Joe on because he knew my channel before I DM'd him.
But how can you not like Joe anyway? How many losses has Joe got? Is it
about three?
He's got zero. He's got zero, bro. None. Not at all.
With like a fully broken jaw, though, isn't it? Lasted the distance. And when you can punch like that, you're that tough, and you got his backstory. You've got to like him. There's nothing to not like about Joe Smith Jr.
Bro,
and you can fight like a beast.
He's got 3 losses, John. He lost to Bivol, he lost to Barrera, which was a bit fucked up. But he lost to somebody on the come-up called Eddie Caminero.
Yeah, but
that's the same reason I'm rooting for Danny Roman.
Has he been stopped?
Yes, by Eddie Caminero, and that was way back.
Okay.
And he almost got stopped by Bivol. He was saved by the final bell.
That was in 2010. Hey, hold on a second.
Bivol was saved by the bell.
Bivol got saved by the bell too. He took a right hand and he did the Dillian White, Robert Hellenius legs to those corners.
Because my point about Joe is that he's tough. Joe is tough and he hits like a train.
He does.
What's there to not like about that?
But Vlasov's going to beat him though.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Julius, Danilo said, Julius, what do you think of the new Mexican female prospect, right? Let me show you this, right? Like my profile picture right now is this girl, right? What like have you seen her yet? Can you see her?
Let me see. Let me go to it. Come on, dog. What the hell are you guys doing?
Is that the woman who like killed her boyfriend and threw her over the fucking fence?
Did you guys face app Oscar and put
Damn it, he didn't fall for it.
You think I recognize his stupid face anywhere because I hate him.
How about this one?
That Ryan, really, bro? That looks like the chick from Matrix.
That looks like Selena Gomez, bro.
No, it looks like Trinity from Matrix. Oh shit.
What do you think of this one?
Oh my god. Yo, you guys are fucking weird, man.
Wow.
Hey, Hey, start including me in this you guys.
That's Lindsay Lohan, by the way.
This is all Mark by himself.
This is
That's
the New
Lindsay
Mexican
Lohan.
prospect, Canelina Alvaria. Alvaria.
And this is Maria De La Hoya, and this is Ryan Longoria.
Ryan Longoria. Wow.
Oh shit, dog.
I did a few of those, man. I've got like a female Alan Babbage if you want to see it.
Let's get Alan on here.
Right, this is Alan Babbage. Now let me get the female Alan Babbage. Give me one moment.
Ginge Minge.
Hold on. Where's female Alan Babbage?
Ryla Valoria.
This is frightening, okay? This is actually the scariest thing I've ever done on FaceApp, Julius.
Let's see it. Oh my god. It's America Ferrara.
That's terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. When you pulled up the picture of Oscar, I thought that was the woman who like threw that guy over her fence and killed her.
No. Get Alan back on here.
Yeah.
Get Alan back on here. I want to. He looks like Emma Stone.
Wait, hold on though.
Yeah, I look like the shovel girl.
Hold on though.
Yo.
Wow.
Why does Gennady Golovkin look like Amanda Bynes?
You fucking kind of sick.
Mark, you're nuts.
You guys are sick, man.
Yo, you had it coming, bro. You started this whole hair transplant shit. I'm just finishing the job.
For real.
I'm just finishing the job. Would you like to see? Do y'all remember Kate Blanchett in Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Right. This is Alexander Usyk as a female, looking like Kate Blanchett in Ragnarok.
Oh shit!
Fucking god! It looks like Andy Harmon.
No, it looks like Kate Blanchett in Ragnarok.
No, I'm about to look. I'm about to show you this shit, right? Man,
I'm gonna get Kate Blanchett in Ragnarok, and I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Don't fuck up Kate Blanchett for me. I loved her in Ragnarok. Don't fuck this up for me.
Too late. Right? I don't care what you tell me, bro. You cannot tell me. Give me 1 second here, folks. I apologize for interrupting the show for some comedy. If you don't like it, the joke's on you, really, because you're still watching. Now, Julius, don't tell me that he ain't Kate Blanchett.
Wow.
Why are you doing this? Don't fuck this up for me, Mark. I loved her in that movie. Don't fuck this up for me, dog.
Do you see it, bro?
Fuck this. Fuck this. You're not gonna
man. Put my boy Chris Congo up there, man. Against Kingston.
Shit, man. Oh,
it's not March 6 anymore. It's on Dylan's undercard.
Oh shit, man. Oh shit! I could go for Johnson versus Lyndon Arthur. I could go for that.
Oh, that's a good fight.
It's a good fight.
That's a great fight.
I like the aggressiveness of Callum Johnson. I like the jab of Lyndon Arthur. That's good.
Yeah,
that's a good test for Lyndon.
Well, I also want to know if Lyndon's hand was really injured because they've talked about that.
Well, you're talking about his right hand, right? Because he didn't throw it in the yard fight.
Yeah.
That's sketchy. That's sketchy still. That's sketchy.
See what happens when he's in with someone who's aggressive like Callum, and see if he's.
That's what I want to see. That's what I really want to see.
But that's part of the reason, because I saw some interviews with Pat Barrett, and he was talking about how we don't even know about Lyndon's hand. In that he knows Lyndon's got a good right hand. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, if he wins, there's going to be more Bugsy bars coming out. So.
Is that fight being made? Is that fight being made, or is it even in talks? Because hasn't he got a rematch? Hasn't he got a rematch yard?
No, he doesn't have to rematch yard, but they're not talking about that fight yet. It's just
the rematch yard anyway.
Listen, you know that Frank has to make it, because what the fuck else is he gonna do? You got Johnson, you got Arthur, you got, maybe the first fight that they give Johnson, or one of the first couple of fights into the deal, he fights yard, but you build up a Lyndon Arthur fight. And that's a great fucking fight. He embarrassed the shit out of Anthony, man. Anthony looks stupid out there.
Is Anthony Yard pushing for that rematch? Because he recanted a bit. He's come back out and said maybe
he's
he didn't
delusional, bro. He thought he won the fight. How could you have thought you won that fight? How?
Julius, he recanted it. He went out on Twitter and recanted it.
I hope he did, because he
did. He did.
He needs a new trainer. Did he decide on a new trainer yet?
He was getting a lot of gas in that corner, so he was being told he was winning all the way through.
Tunde is not gonna let him go like that. He's not gonna be like he'll have a
bring somebody else
co-trainer, but he's not gonna have him as his main trainer. He's gonna keep Tunde as his main
manager
trainer.
anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tunde can just bring somebody else in, but he needs someone else in the corner giving him direction.
Yeah. The question is
being told you're winning in a fight like that is just crazy.
You see, with the Anthony Yard situation, I think it's a bit mad because Tunde has a mindset where he thinks like, I am a genius is maybe a harsh way to put it, but he thinks he's some sort of I will learn from this and I will come better and I will improve my fighter and he will come better. That type of mindset.
Tunde is a hype man, bro. Tunde and all the pep talks and positive speeches are not a substitute for fundamentals in boxing.
But there's a bit than that as well, because if
what the fuck did you do, dog?
Oh, man.
What did
Wait,
you
hold
do,
on.
dog?
Does anyone know who that is?
That's Felicia Hergovic.
Yes.
What the fuck?
Oh my days.
It's not all
what do we think of Hergovic's ceiling?
Julius, hold on. You know that I don't know if I want to say the name. Oh, there's a girl on Twitter who shows her boobies all the time. You know who I'm talking about, Julius, the Mexican.
I have no idea, dog. That looks like Eva Mendes. That looks
Right.
like Eva Mendes.
Now,
she looks like that woman. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, by the way.
No, hold on. This is Tank looking like her.
Oh, for God.
Oh,
yeah, she looks moderately. She's
Bro,
moderately
what the hell is going on? What the hell?
Wow.
I remember that same woman told me before Ioka Tanaka. You guys looking forward to Ioka versus Cintron?
Oh,
nice.
Shit.
That's nothing, bro. I got you, bro. I got Saoirse Ronan Fury right here.
Oh, yo, wait. We got, is that Natalie Portman? Is that a young Natalie? Yo, that looks like Michelle Joy Phelps.
Wow.
You can't say that, Julius.
Yeah, it does though. It does.
I'm gonna be real.
I can't say that, bro. Here.
Hey, fight fans. Oh,
hey, fight fans.
Any guesses on who
So you
this?
saying they've been hanging around each other so long that they've rubbed off?
Who the hell is that? Oh my God!
Yeah, you know who it is, bro. You just figured it out, bro. You figured it out. Do you want to tell them who it is?
Is that the bronze?
It is, yeah. It is. That's Wilder.
Oh wow.
Wilder looking more feminine than Michelle Obama, though. So let's be real.
Dog, you fucking guys are awful, and you all going to hell.
Hey, the only one that didn't really do much for, like, really didn't really help, was this motherfucker right here. This is a man.
Who the fuck is that?
AJ. Mad thing.
That's a man right there, bro.
Shit.
That's a man right there.
I said, that's a man right there.
Is that Antonia Joshua?
Oh, wow.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with the internet, man?
Who else do I have here? Oh, I've got the head of Sky Sports, Adam Smith.
Oh,
that looks like Adam Smith straight away with the wig on Stimple.
Looks like Sarah Paulson.
I've got Shakira Stevenson looking very fierce.
Oh,
mad.
You fucking.
That looks like Joette Gonzalez's sister, dude.
I'm gonna
who
see
else
these
do-
faces on some Ring IQ videos, though. Watch.
It didn't
I know I'm gonna
compute
see
for
that.
some reason. It literally did not compute at all with Clarissa Shields. It couldn't identify gender to make the gender swap.
What the fuck
Wow.
did you do to Shakur, man? Why would you do that to that kid, man?
Because it was really, really funny. We have Guillermo Rigondeaux.
Oh, this has got to be good.
Nah, that's a
Is that
man
a
right
young
there.
Kelly
That is a
Rowland?
fucking man. That ain't do nothing.
Bruh,
We
he
have-
still look the same, though. He still looks worried.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. Hold on. We also, for anybody who may be interested, we have Pretty Michelle Conlon over here.
What the
Oh wow.
You should do Michelle Joy Phelps as a woman.
What the fuck did you do to Mick Conlon? What the fuck did you do?
I turned him into an elf from Lord of the Rings, bro. Don't play.
There is.
Oh shit. She said Rigo broke the app.
That did nothing to his face except make it actually lighter.
Oh shit, dog. What the fuck
It
is
just
wrong?
removed pigmentation from his skin. That's all Face App did.
Oh shit. Nah, I put foundation on. Yo.
And a little lipstick as well.
Yo, dog.
It actually made Rigo look older. That's not a good Photoshop, to be honest.
Is that Sergisha Derevyanchenko?
Yes.
That bitch is mad ugly, man.
She doesn't look that good, to be honest.
That's just a man saying way.
Quite mediocre. That's a man right there. Nah.
Oh,
Shit,
shit,
nah.
dog. These guys are awful, man. These guys are awful. Wait.
Miguel Cyborg.
Yo, what the fuck? Bruh, that's a man. That's a man. If
You can't do anything, bro. I tried. I worked 200 different layers of makeup onto Miguel Berchel's face, and he still looks like Chris Cyborg.
Yo, dog. This live has taken a turn for the worse, gentlemen. Always a pleasure. I'm gonna wait out these purse bids. Catch you on the next live.
Bless up.
Yeah.